Hi everyone, I'm Russ,
Mark,
and this is a spirited endeavor.
Prime in the Pump edition.
That's right.
All right, so we're going to do some Highlands tonight.
Yes, we are, and we're going to start off the evening with Glen Garioch. It's 12 year. Now this is one we're revisiting, as we've done with a couple recently, just kind of going back and seeing what our tastes are now compared to when we first started this whole journey. So the whiskey we've got in this case, a non-peated, but it does have some sherry influence if I remember correctly, and this one's up around 48% ABV.
Very nice.
Now I will say locally, Glen Garioch, it's one that you find in certain liquor stores, but not the majority of them, so it may not be quite as easy to find as, say, Glenmorangie or something of that nature. But certainly an interesting whiskey, and look forward to getting back into it.
Well, let's get into it.
Certainly. All right. There you go, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Certainly.
Oh, I love the nose on this one.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a very typical Scotch Highland nose. There's a little vanilla, a little bit of citrus, a little bit of oak spice in there, just a touch. This isn't peated. There's no smoke in this, at least on the nose.
Yeah, I agree. For me, on the nose, it's the typical Highland, the vanilla notes. Definitely get like a raw oak kind of nature to it, but then there's a sweetness that kind of belies the sherry influence for me.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not picking up the dark fruits on this.
No, it seems lighter to me.
Yeah, this is a sherry.
Yep.
Yeah, it really is. Sherry casks.
So it's subtly done. It's not a sherry bomb, at least on the nose.
Yeah.
And certainly color wouldn't indicate that it's a sherry bomb either. You know, if you've watched any of these episodes when we've done sherry influenced whiskeys, generally you get a reddish tint, and it's usually pretty dark.
Now there is a little floral note in there too, and I really dig that as well.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. All right. Cilantro. It's a little spicier than I remember.
Yeah.
And I dig it. You know, so but it's butterscotch flavors. Yes. It's there's a little bit of dark fruit on the palate. Maybe like a little plum.
Oh yeah. Yeah, second sip is where it's at as far as the sherry influence for me is concerned. First sip, buttery. Real buttery, real smooth, viscous. Nice barrel spice though. I really think it's a necessary component to this one because it'd be too one-dimensional without it. Nice bit of sweetness, but going back in the second time I get more of a fruity sweetness that kind of gets added into the vanilla.
Yeah, that spice sticks around a little bit too.
It does.
And I really dig that about this too. It really adds a little bit of depth and a little bit of flavor.
Yeah.
It's exciting to drink this one. Yeah, this does not lay flat at all. This is very peppery, and I really dig that.
Oh, third sip, get even more of those fruits. Oh, I dig this. I like that each time I go back, I get more.
Yeah, I'm getting some pear, a little bit of plum, a little bit of pear.
Still get a lot of oak on the nose.
I'm still getting
that really hasn't changed. So clearly, you know, the 12 years, they got some really good barrels on that one.
Yeah, they really did, because that is very lively.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
I really dig this one.
Yeah. I remember, so we did the Reserve or another version of this. And I think we were kind of, middle of the road on that one. I picked up this one, wanting to see if there was a difference between the two, and found that I preferred this one last time I tried it. Now it's been a little while, so it's kind of nice to go back and revisit it, but I'm still rather enjoying this one.
I think I could easily spend an evening just sipping this one and being very, very pleased. You know, just pleased and pleasant and just all of that.
Yeah, the flavors don't fade as you keep going back to it, which is nice. something we've run into in the past, but I think the ABV is high enough on this one to avoid that. I mean, 48%, that's not a slouch as far as a Highland is concerned.
Yeah.
And the flavor is changing subtly as we keep going back into it is kind of nice too.
Yeah, I've got like a little lingering, like tannic black tea kind of note on there. Not my favorite finish, but I mean, it's not unpleasant.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting that as well now that you mention it. I didn't get it so much on the last sip, but this one I'm getting it, and it's more on the finish than anything.
Yeah. Yeah, it just sort of creeps in on the finish, and it took a couple of sips to get there.
Yeah.
But it's still nice and peppery, and
oh yeah.
Man, that vanilla just comes through here. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, especially that first sip. Holy cow, man, that was just perfect.
Yeah, now I'm getting the sherry influence on the nose too. I didn't get that at first, but now I'm really getting it.
Yeah. No, well done. That's a really interesting whiskey.
All right, 1 to 5. What do you think?
I'm gonna go 3.5 on this one. I think.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. I think this is a solid whiskey.
Yeah, I mean, I would put this as the next step beyond Glenmorangie, and some of the others that we've talked about. Is, you know, it's the peppery nature may be a little off-putting for certain people, but I think the way it presents is a really good introduction to something that's got that barrel spice. And if you're a bourbon drinker, then this is a next logical step, actually, because that spice would be right up your alley.
Exactly. It's snappy. It's peppery. Yeah. It's lively. It's a great little little scotch there.
Just wish distribution was a little better out this way. Maybe it's better where you are. But here, yeah, it's a little hard to come by on occasion. But if you happen to see one on the shelf, you like Highlands, or maybe you like bourbon and you want to try Scotch, this would be a good one to hit up.
This is a good one.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us, everyone.
All right, we enjoyed it.
Take care.
Catch you on the next one. Bye.